anything for the flickering problem. I missed a couple subs there too. Hopefully that helps. If you're having problems with flickering, maybe try the settings. Turning up or down the settings might hopefully help with the problem, but we will see. So, anyway, first deck of the day. So, alright, I lost my place with the flickering problems. Hopefully it's all working now. So I wanted to have a control deck, I wanted to have an aggro deck, wanted to have a combo deck, and I decided for our control deck, we're going to go with Jeskai Black, and Jeskai Black is basically an old standard deck. It was pretty popular. It's built around Jace, is kind of the key card. We get 4 dig through times. Some Torrential Gearhulks is one of the big new additions. So this is, when I heard about Frontier, I basically figured that probably the best thing you can do in the format is Torrential Gearhulk dig through time. That just seems utterly absurd. So I knew that this had to be one of our decks. So it's basically a control deck, good removal. Torrential Gearhulks is our finisher. Jace for lots of value. Great removal. Monastery Mentor is an additional finisher. And some more answer type stuff in the sideboard. So this is the plan for the deck. Are you still having flickering problems? Anyway, so this is match 1. I'm not sure what Mrs. Mulligan is playing, but I am going to challenge Mrs. Mulligan, and we're going to kick this off. So we're going to play a match. Afterwards, we will probably talk a little bit and kind of break down the match, and then we'll move on to the next match. Unfortunately, on Moto, all limited decks go in free form, so I have... There we go. Jeskai Black. 1,000,000 decks in my freeform folder. So, challenge is up. And we will see how it goes. Buddies with myself to make sure I'm actually online. You never know with Moto. We have a new subscriber. It is Jayhawk865. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. For some reason, it's still not popping up. I don't know why we're not getting sub notifications, but anyway, this is about as bad as it gets as far as this goes. What's up, Stu? No Saheeli combo. I thought about squeezing it in. It's just hard to actually make it fit. So we definitely got to ship this one. We can't be the control deck with only 1 land. This is reasonable. Get some removal. Got a good 2-drop. Mystic Monastery, I think we'll put to the bottom for now. I would rather have some more action. Are you seeing sub notifications on the screen? Maybe I just missed it. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I just missed it somehow. My bad. Sub notifications apparently are working. So we'll just Shambling Vent. Mrs. Mulligan leads on Sandsteep Citadel. So this looks like Abzan of some kind. This might be the Snake deck. I know the one deck that Mrs. Mulligan told me she wanted to play. Yep, there it is. Hardened Scales. So Hardened Scales, Windy Constrictor, put a bunch of counters on things. Should be interesting. We have a new subscriber. It's Draken253. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. This is kind of awkward. We can't kill this Elvish Mystic. Unlike Modern, we can't just fetch out an untapped red source and kill this Elvish Mystic. So I think we're just going to play an island, live with our awkward mana, play a Soulfire Grandmaster. The stream is early today. This is a special Frontier Fish battle with Mrs. Mulligan. So early stream to facilitate this special battle. Usually we're streaming a few hours from now. and oh dear. That's a Nissa. Can I not consistently stream it this time? I mean, I guess maybe, possibly I could, but there's some advantages to streaming later. Prairie stream. Well, we got to get red mana, so let's play Flooded Strand. Hopefully this can find us red mana. If it can't, we are in serious trouble. So first impression of Frontier right away. The mana is a lot more awkward than Modern. Was planning to take this week's budget Magic to a game day. How would you sideboard versus aggro? I think the long-term solution there is to add red potentially for like Radiant Flames and more removal. So that would be my first choice, but Engulf the Shore is the main answer we have right now in the mono blue version. Frontier cuts off at the current set and goes back through M15 is the oldest set. There's another Hardened Scales. Oh dear. 2 Hardened Scales, cashes in the Nissa. This is awkward. I have a brew list for Indomitable Creativity deck. Where could I send it? Yeah, you can email it to me. That's a... Oh no. These creatures are getting so big. Yeah. How do we deal with this? Do we deal with this? We need hard removal. What hard removal do we have in this deck that can kill 6/7s? Oh, we can't even get red mana. Oh, this Frontier, I hate you already. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh. Well, I think we're just dead. Needs more something. This is so bad. I don't think we can... I mean, we'll keep playing, but I don't know how we can win from here. We can... Suicide a land into... Does that even matter? Yeah, I guess we should have kept the Mystic Monastery. Alright. I guess we pass. I don't even know what outs we have to this, really. No, I'm not. I didn't say I hate Frontier. I wasn't trying to say that. I'm just realizing that the mana is significantly different than Modern. Like, in Modern, I would have definitely been able to fetch out a red source with Flooded Strand, but yeah, alright. But that is not really possible here with the Frontier mana base. Yeah, even Crackling Doom isn't very good. I mean, what do we kill one of their 7 power creatures? Oh, alright. Yeah. Well, we're dead like next turn. Well, that's a pretty nutty draw with double Hardened Scales. Can the Goldfish Sleeves double sleeve? I believe they can. Another Soulfire. Alright. Fair enough. Well, that was pretty awkward. Yeah, that is the awkward thing about the Frontier mana, is we get a ton of half cycles. So we have lots of Polluted Deltas and Bloodstained Mires, which can get red mana, but our Flooded Strands cannot. Well, I think we probably want Radiant Flames in this matchup. That seems pretty obvious. Hallowed Moonlight, probably not. Duress could be good. What do we not want, I guess, is a bigger question. Any plans to stream the mechanized production deck? Possibly in the future. But we'll see. There's possibility of some version of it at least. Well, definitely Radiant Flames. Fiery Impulse, man, that was the whole game right there. If we had red mana to kill the Elvish Mystic, we probably would have been a lot better at least. Ojutai's command is a bit slow. Go down a Kolaghan's command. We'll bring in the Duresses. Rebuff is fine. Crackling Doom really isn't... I guess it's okay, but they go so wide that it doesn't really seem very good. Yeah, all of Khan's block is legal. And also Magic 2015. Probably got to go down one Torrential Gear Hulk, I guess, and a Painful Truce, maybe something like that. Let's try it like that. I think we can compete in this matchup, but we're going to need a little bit better mana than we had there. The mana was just very awkward. All right, so we get to play first, which is helpful. And Polluted Delta gets us red mana. All right, this hand's actually pretty good. We get a removal spell. We have a Monastery Mentor, which could be good. I'm assuming that our opponent's deck is pretty light as far as actual removal. We are playing Jeskai Black right now. This is our first deck from... This is our first deck from the Fish Battle of Frontier. Mrs Mulligan is a streamer. She wrote for Star City Games a little bit. I don't think she's still writing for Star City Games, but she streams Merfolk a lot in different modern decks, but she might be writing for Card Hoarder now. I'm not 100% sure who she writes for now, actually, because she was at Star City Games until just recently. Alright, so let's lead on Shambling Vent. Well, you know what? Let's Polluted Delta. I'm gonna focus on getting red mana, first and foremost. Not gonna do that again. Alright, let's crack Polluted Delta. Alright, so Team Card Hoarder and... other site coming soon by the sounds for Mrs. Mulligan. Get our Smoldering Marsh, so we actually have red mana this time. Another Kolaghan's command, so let's just get Shambling Vent out there. Now I'm feeling a little bit better. Worst case, we get to start drawing a bunch of cards next turn. We get to kill something if our opponent plays it. This hand is looking pretty good now. Grixis white, Jeskai black. There's so many different things you could call this deck. Alright, Hardened Scales, a bit scary. Ooh, there's a Torrential Gear Hulk too. Well, let's just play an island and run out a Monastery Mentor. Start making some tokens of our own. What's up, Jowl102? How goes it? Ship the turn. Why Impulse over Fatal Push? Good question. Maybe there should be Fatal Push in that slot. I didn't build this deck from scratch, so the deck that I used as a framework was possibly not updated with Aether Revolt. We have a new subscriber, Funky Hobo, the Funky Hobo. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer, or Scoop cheer. For our new subscriber, oh god, that's a winding constrictor. Just big enough that we can't kill it. Bloodstained Mire. Well, let's just attack. If our opponent blocks, we can Mulligan's command to kill the snake. It's a Jackal and Art H. Welcome you both to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscribers. So yeah, let's get in with Monastery Mentor. See what our opponent does. Just takes it. 1, 2, and red. So Painful Truce, X3. Draw some cards. Love the Against Odds today. Seemed like a fun deck, even in casual play. Yeah, I had so much fun playing that deck. It was really sweet. Come on, good draws. They're draws that'll be good in the future. So let's play Bloodstained Mire and pass the turn. We can't actually Fiery Impulse the snake yet. But next turn we can like Mulligan's command to power up our Fiery Impulse and then kill the snake maybe? The deck is, I guess you could say it was kind of messy. Why not Painful Truce before? There was a chance. Give our opponent a chance to block there. I think that was probably worthwhile. Walking Ballista. Okay. Oh, man. Next turn is going to be very good. Our board's going to get wiped, but next turn's going to be good. Alright, we just gotta let him die, I think. Yep. Yep. Shoots down everything. Gets in with the snake. Well, this is the first time I've ever played Frontier. Ever at all in my life. Let's crack our Bloodstained Mire. Grab a mountain. Oh. Well, now I guess we can just Radiant Flames. That's probably even better. Yeah, let's just Radiant Flames. Take 1. Yeah, we didn't have Spell Mastery for the Impulse last turn, so it was only doing 2 damage, which means we couldn't kill the snake. But it feels like things are turning in our favor now, because we're going to have double Torrential Gearhulk here very shortly. And we still have a bunch of removal in hand, so I'm feeling like we are pretty much where we want to be. Even with the Hardened Scales out. Let's see what our opponent has. Yeah, Impulse is not Bolt, but it's as good as it gets in Frontier. Well, we're going to kill this Rishkar with our Fiery Impulse. Alright, staying alive. And hopefully, if we find one more land, Torrential Gearhulk is just going to take things over, most likely. There's a swamp. Alright, let's just pass the turn, leave up everything. So we have Dig Through Time, Mulligan's command. We got pretty much everything we want. I don't think we really push Frontier hard. This is the first time I have ever played a game of Frontier in my entire life. Nissa. Okay, that's fine. Not really too concerned about Nissa when we are going to start digging through time. Man, dig through time is so good. I forgot how awesome it was to be able to dig through time. It's just such a good card, and I'm sure flashing it back with Torrential Gearhulk has to be even better. So, crack our Flooded Strand, grab a... Oh, the mana in this deck. Blue-white, I guess, is fine. And dig through time. Almost as fun as Sphinx's Revelation. Exile a couple of lands. And what are we taking? Duress seems good. Jace seems good. Painful Truce seems good. Everything seems good. I might just go... What's our plan here? We could take Duress and land? Let's do that. I think that's fine. Because then we can... Do we have a land we can fetch with this? That's another good question. Yeah, blue-black land. All right. Duress and land. Let's do that. Flooded Strand and Duress. This might seem underpowered, but because we can just do this again with Torrential Gearhulk, I think that disrupting our opponent makes the most sense. So let's Duress our opponent. Ooh, it's a whiff. Avatar Resolute, Hangerback Walker, and Rishkar. Okay. Well, play Flooded Strand and pass the turn. We might also double Kolaghan's command and wait on Gearhulk. We'll see how this turn plays out. We don't really want our opponent to make a huge board if we can help it. And... Alright, makes a plant with Nissa, step 1. There's Rishkar. So Rishkar comes down. In response, we will... 1, 2, and 3. Kolaghan's command... 2 damage, and target player discards a card. So kill Rishkar. And make Mrs Mulligan discard. And do we want to kill a plant? Maybe we should. Let's crack this. Grab our black source. We have a new subscriber, Hellbringer1. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. All right, so let's also do the same thing. Kolaghan's command. Hit our opponent, hit a plant. Things are looking pretty good here. I'm feeling like we're in decent shape. What's our opponent's last card? Do we know? I can't remember. We do know, but I don't remember what it is. So, opponent gets in, 4-2. We're down to 8. I guess we could also just put our opponent empty-handed with Torrential Gearhulk. That's another option. Flashing back a Kolaghan's command. We actually have a lot of options here. Flooded Strand. So play Flooded Strand. Yeah, I could look back through the chat and see what it was. Oh, it's Hangerback, that's right. Alright, so what do we do now? We can upkeep Torrential, make our opponent discard. We can just Torrential for dig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And live through the Hangerback. All the tokens are obnoxious. Yeah, I guess that makes the most sense. Just get rid of the Hangerback. The Hangerback is kind of scary. So let's pass. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Oh, does it reveal all the cards? Interesting. I don't remember it doing that. So, Torrential Gearhulk. For our Kolaghan's command. Alright, so flashback Kolaghan's command. Target player discards a card. So let's get back our Mentor, I think, and get rid of the Hangerback. That seems like a reasonable line, I think. And we still have Torrential for dig at some point. We also have a big blocker, which is pretty nice. And now we don't have a Hangerback to deal with. What's the draw? Ooh, Mana Gorger Hydra. Makes it a 3/3. And opponent's passing. Alright, what do we draw? Kalitas. Still don't really have hard removal. Well, let's attack the Nissa. If we kill the Nissa, that's great. So Nissa down. And then what Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. This'll get the Hydra, correct? We need white mana though. Red, white, black. Alright, so play Kalitas. Pumps up Mana Gorger. And then just Crackling Doom. Get rid of the Mana Gorger, which was the one big threat on the battlefield. And now I think we pretty much got things on lockdown. Yeah, we can't let the Mana Gorger trample over. The plant token isn't too scary, though. And we still have the Torrential Gearhulk in our hand to take care of things. We also get a zombie out of it. Now we can start gaining some life, or at least jumping with the zombies. So it feels like we kind of gain control now. I feel pretty stable. And we're not really that low on life. 8, it's not like we're at 2 or something. Then I would be a little more nervous of something crazy happening. There's a Winding Constrictor. Snake. Again. I think we're good, though. Tags with the plant. I'm tempted to just double block. I think I might. It's kind of a waste of a Kalitas, but let's do it. Get rid of the plant. Cletus down. We go back up to 11. There's an Ojitize command. Another good draw. So let's get in with Torrential, and then we're probably just going to pass. Leave up Ojitize command, leave up the ability to Torrential for any number of things. I think we're just going to Torrential Dig Through Time, although we could Draw Step Torrential Colligan's command, but I don't think that that's necessary here. Yeah, we're in a position where we might as well just try to stay alive. Another Mana Gorger. Alright, let's counter draw on Mana Gorger. Another good torrential target there. Basically the cryptic command of Frontier. Oh, another Doom. Oh, God. Alright. Well, we don't quite just win, but we're pretty... Oh, we do just win. Yeah, this does it. So we get to Crackling Doom, beat down with Shambling Vents, and that should be Xaxes, I think. Oh, there's a Jace finally. Fire up Shambles. We got there! So when our deck hits all of its colors, its power level is pretty absurdly high. Whoo! Alright, that's the Jeskai Black we know and love. Yeah, we had a million different options there. That went much, much better. We don't really have a real sweeper. I guess Radiant Flames is good, but we don't have a hard reset, like Damnation, Wrath of God, something like that. We might just run it back like this. Not sure about Duress. Duress is... Duress is a bit hit or miss. We whiffed on it at one point. Like, it hits Planeswalkers. I don't know. The list that I built off of didn't have a hard sweeper either, I don't believe. So I just kind of went... I didn't change much. I added a 4th dig. It changed a little bit. Revolutionary Rebuff. But didn't make any huge changes to this list. Man, one of these days we're just going to have a Jace and it's going to be sweet. Yeah, let's go back up a Ojitize command. Try it like that. I don't know if Hallowed Moonlight is worth it against Mrs Mulligan's deck. Maybe? The thing is, most of her token generators, at least that we've seen, I don't have her deck list, but the token generators I've seen have been like one here, one there. Not anything that just all of a sudden makes like 10 tokens at once or anything. No Secure the Waste or anything like that. And I'm not sure Hallowed Moonlight... The main reason Hallowed Moonlight is in the deck is I believe that Rally the Ancestors is one of the most popular decks in the format. And that's one of the better answers to Rally the Ancestors. So that's the main reason that it's in the deck. Not so much to fight token producers. Would this deck be better served by being Grixis? Crackling Doom is really good and really, really important. That's the main reason. We are 1-1 in the first match of our best of 5 match Frontier battle. So this is a big game. Who's going to go up 1-0? Oh, it's a Jace. We get a Jace. All right. My life is pretty complete now. Unfortunately, we don't have untapped red mana on turn 1, although that's not especially surprising. Our opponent does have Hangerback Walker. This hand looks reasonable. And Jace. And Torrential. Yeah, let's keep. See what our opponent has. Windswept Teeth. Cracks it. Oh, dear. This feels like... Okay, Hardened Scales. Hardened Scales is less scary than Elvish Mystic. So we get to... Mystic Monastery, pass the turn. This gives us Fire Impulse, Duress, Jace, etc. We just don't want to get way behind. Oh man, that Hardened Scales. Not good. There's a Blooming Marsh, and Walking Ballista as a 2/2. Crackling Doom. Well, let's Polluted Delta, crack Polluted Delta. I think we're just going to Duress and Impulse here, I think is better than slamming a Jace. Because this gets rid of a Nissa if our opponent has one. Our one of Duress. Ooh, all lands in hand. Alright. Things are looking up for the good guys. Well, for us. For me. Yes! Alright. All lands in hand. Threats dealt with. At a high life total. Jace coming to do some fun stuff. That was a very good turn. So, ship the turn. Yeah, it feels like we're in good shape now. Yeah, that is one of the unique things about Frontier. It's the only place you could dig through time, or Torrential Gearhulk could dig through time. And we actually have mana for Crackling Doom if our opponent finds a threat. Avatar of the Resolute. Alright. I want to play Jace, but let's just pass. I think keeping the board clear. We have so much late game power that I think that we should just focus on keeping the board clear and expecting that we're going to win the long game. So we will get rid of this Avatar with Crackling Doom. And once our opponent misses, alright. Oh, and a dig. Well, let's play Jace. Play Sunken Hollow. And pass the turn. Ship the Turd, I don't know the origins of Ship the Turb, actually. Dig through time is not restricted. You are free to play as many digs as you want. And we are going to start digging very shortly. Another Crackling Doom. Well, we might as well flip our Jace. Discard a Crackling Doom. Take up Jace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have a land. Alright, let's just dig right now. Find our land drops. So let's take Polluted Delta and Flooded Strand. Put the rest to the bottom. Play Polluted Delta, Pestered. So now we're set up to Torrential Gearhulk dig again next turn. With a Jace Telepath Unbound. Oh man. Mrs Mulligan is flooding out a bit here. Another Jace. Oh, play Flooded Strand, take up our Jace. We might just win by ultimating Jace. Hardened Scales is awesome when you have creatures, a little less awesome when you flood out. Why not Outpost? Basically, more fetch lands means more delve cards for future dig through times. So that's why I took 2 fetch lands. Our life total is really high, so I'd rather just have more cards in our graveyard. So, crack Polluted Delta. Grab Smoldering Marsh. Crack Flooded Strand. Grab Prairie Stream. No Blood Moons in Frontier. And then we will Torrential Gearhulk for dig through time. The best thing you can do in the Frontier format. Oh, it feels so good. They really just need to print Dig in Amonkhet so we can do this in Standard. That seems fun. Well, let's take Dig Through Time and Ojutai's command. So we get to dig again next turn. That's the power of digs, digging for more digs. Get in with Torrential Gear Hulk. I don't think we have to do much of anything. Like, I don't know what combination of cards our opponent could draw to actually win this game. Ship the turn. Opponent passes. Well, I guess that means we will just keep digging. Dig number 3. Do we get another dig? We don't. Grab a... not a Jace. I guess Kolaghan's command and Mountain are fine. Do we get to ultimate here? One more turn. There's a Bloodstained Mire. So play the Mountain. Take up Jace. We could have, I guess we could flashback dig, but I don't think it's even necessary. Get in with Torrential Gear Hulk. Did those commander altars ever come through? I don't believe so. I don't know why I never see this commander altar thing from you. You ask me this all the time, and I check my email all the time, and I never see any emails with commander altars. I don't know how that constantly happens, but get in with Torrential Gear Hulk. Yeah, we have the European-friendly time slot today. And, yeah, let's just pass the turn. Should be able to win next turn with Torrential. Really rough draw for our opponent. We have a new subscriber, Armored Shoes, 3 months in a row, just keep digging. Very true. Nothing I would rather do, except maybe keep revving, but keep digging is pretty sweet. Nissa, yeah, that's fine. That doesn't really stop anything. I guess we could go Jace Millwin. Makes a plant. And we will just Crackling Doom. And that should make our Torrential Gear Hulk lethal. Well, the first game went really rough, but after that, this went very well. Hit our opponent. And that does it. All right, we're up 1-0 in our first Frontier battle match. Sneaking out a win with Jeskai control over Green-Black Snake. So let's talk to Mrs. Mulligan before we go on to the next match. See what her thoughts are. Hello?
Hey!
Hey, good game, good game.
I flooded so bad.
I felt bad for you in that last one. I knew, like, when I saw your hand with the duress, I was like, oh, this is can't be what you were hoping for. Like, just with no action. And then you kept ripping lands even after that. So that was pretty rough. But your deck really got to show off what it could do in game one. And it was overwhelmingly powerful when you have a good draw with your Winding Constrictor and Hardened Scale. So that game was super impressive.
Yeah, it's really explosive, but it can be inconsistent. So that's what happened, I think. Instead of drawing lands, one time I drew an Inspiring Call.
Ooh. Well, at least that's not a land, but I guess it isn't
I
much better
couldn't do
than
anything.
a land.
I didn't have any creatures with counters.
Yeah. Hardened Scales is weird like that. That's one of the reasons I really like this Snake is it has the hardened scales effect, but at least you have a body. When hardened scales is like great when things are going well, but if you don't really draw creatures or you're the right part of your deck, it just kind of sits there. So you in that last game you had 2 hardened scales, but you just really couldn't do anything with them, which had to be a
Right.
little disappointing.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but your deck looked really cool too. I liked all of the converge cards where you spent all the colors.
Yeah, it
It worked
was.
better than I expected.
Yeah, I thought it went pretty good. I know for me, when I first heard of Frontier, I pegged Torrential Gear Hulk and Dig Through Time as one of the things I really wanted to do. Like, I think Frontier's the only format where you can flashback and dig through time with Torrential Gear Hulk. So that was something
Right?
I got to cross off my bucket list, I guess, was being able to do that. And it was pretty fun. I like playing
That was
control decks.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I'm happy with how it turned out, I think. I'd be interested. I'm kind of hoping I see your deck again at some point. I wonder, do you think that was a rough matchup? Like, do you think if I was playing a less controlling, removal heavy deck, would your deck have functioned better? Is control a hard matchup for that deck, or don't you really know?
I don't really know, but I think control is maybe one of its weaker matchups, but it has so many creatures. I'm not sure that control really is a bad matchup. It's really an aggro deck, which tends to do well against control. So I think I just drew poorly those last couple of games.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. I mean, the last one was really bad. You just when you draw that many lands, it almost doesn't matter what deck you're playing. It's probably not going to go super well. So
Right, and you missed red all of game one.
yeah, I had a handful of red cards, and one of the things that stuck out to me, this is my first time ever playing Frontier, is it is a little bit different than Modern because you can't just fetch out any land. I cracked a Flooded Strand thinking, oh, I'll just grab a red source, but because it's like all these half cycles of lands, there's not actually a red source you can get that was in my deck anyway that you could get with the Flooded Strand when in Modern.
Right, because you have red black you can fetch for,
Yeah.
and that's it.
But in Modern, I would have probably had like a red-white duel or something that I would have been able to fetch
Right.
up there, or steam vents or something. So that kind of illuminated, I guess, some of the differences between the formats. Even though you have the fetch for dual land mana base, it's not exactly the same as Modern.
Right. Well, would you like to play the next match?
Yes, give me 1 second to let me just challenge you. I just want to tell the people what the deck is real quick, and then I will
Perfect.
challenge you in like 1 minute.
And we're gonna play different decks this time, right?
Yes, gonna switch over to a different deck, one of the ones we haven't played yet.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right, sounds like a plan. All right, so round one is in the books. We are officially up 1-0, and up next we are playing a deck I'm really excited for. So if you watched the Pro Tour let's see, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, something like that, then you probably saw a similar deck. This is a Ensoul Artifact aggro deck that is sort of missing Ensoul Artifact. But no, it's basically the affinity of the Frontier format, from what I can tell. You got a lot of quick beatdown effects. You got Ghostfire Blade is kind of the cranial plating. We have Tezzeret's Touch, which is like in Soul Artifact to pump up our stuff. One of the cards I'm really excited to test out is Reverse Engineer. This card seems insanely powerful to me in this deck because we have these Ornithopters, all these random one-drop artifacts. So there's a pretty reasonable chance that on turn 3, maybe, we'll be able to draw 3 and kind of refuel with more aggro cards. So I'm definitely excited to give this deck a try. It's very aggressive. Out of the decks that I'm playing today, this is definitely the aggro build. So very few lands, very aggressive, and has some interesting stuff in the sideboard. We got the Kolaghan's Commands again, but also some Hope of Gurupers, which can help protect our stuff. Metallic Rebuke from Ether Evil. Even a Herald of Anguish is a big improvised card if it's a more controlling matchup. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to challenge Mrs Mulligan. I have no idea what she's playing in this one, but we will see. So, challenging, hopefully. On Magic Online, if you want to play Frontier, you have to play in freeform, because it's not officially supported yet. And now we have to find the deck in this huge list of limited decks. All right, there it is. And let's see how this one goes. If you use the deck command, you should be able to see the deck list. So, exclamation point deck will take you to it. Chembeto24, 3 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our resubscriber. We'll keep this. Not super powerful, but reasonable. Yeah, the challenge format is pretty cool. I'm glad we can do something a little bit different. Shepherd Wood, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Wino and Soul Artifact. I just kind of ran out of room, and I wanted to try Tezzeret's Touch. That might be wrong. There is upside of Tezzeret's Touch in that you can get your stuff back, but that still might be incorrect. So, Ornithopter, get off to that aggro affinity start. Oh, this deck. Bloodstained Mire, pass the turn. We have a new subscriber, Archie616. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Yeah, it's probably wrong, but we got to give it a shot. See what our opponent's up to. Mrs. Mulligan told me what she's on, and I don't remember, though. Exactly true, Logic Blade. No reason to try to win too quickly. Why do I like using Peacekeeper for my icon? I like Peacekeeper because it's basically a kind of card I like. Creatures can't attack. It's like a moat on a stick. It just is a card that makes your opponent miserable. Lets you slowly do janky things while they can't attack you. So it's more that how the card works fits my style of play than the art or anything like that. We'll just grab a Smoldering Marsh. We're mostly blue-red. There's a Bombat Courier. Would have been better last turn, but let's play Spire Bluff, play a Scrap Heap Scrounger, and pass the turn. How about Spire of Industry for free mana fixing? Definitely could work in this deck. I don't know if it's 100% necessary, but it definitely could be good. Kind of like the Frontier version of Glimmer Void, almost. This is the first game of round 2, so we're up a match. We won our first match with Jeskai control over Green-Black Snake, or like a Hardened Scales snake deck. Now it looks like our opponent might be the control while we are the aggro. Well, we're just going to empty our hand and hope for the best, I think. Darksteel Citadel. So play Darksteel Citadel, play Bombat Courier, play Scrap Heap Scrounger. Scrap Heap Scrounger should be good if this is a control matchup. Get in with everything. Yeah, this looks like a control build. This hand is fairly aggressive, but not super aggressive. Would have played control just to not have chat ask a million times where control is. Well, wait till we draw Tezzeret's Touch. That's our in soul. I mean, I guess it could have just been 8 soul, but... Is there a way to link Goldfish website subs to Twitch? I don't know. That would be something that I would have to look into. Weekly Frontier is sweet. It's cool to hear about Frontier tournaments. Like I said, this is the very first time I've ever played Frontiers, so I'm just learning. Is there any standard deck you think could be competitive in Frontier without changes? The closest that I've seen is Aetherworks Marvel decks. We've had literal standard Aetherworks Marvel decks show up in the Frontier, like, top 8 decks before. Sometimes they add in, like, Ugin or something, but I've also seen others that are very close to unchanged. But I think that's the closest you can get is one of those decks. I think we're just going to play Hangerback X1, because I want to be able to sack this Bomat Courier if need be, to get rid of this island and draw 2 new cards. So I think it's better to give up 1 power on Hangerback to not potentially lose 2 cards with Bomat Courier. Would I like to try a token deck that I have in Frontier? Jeskai Ascendancy Stoke the Flames. That sounds sweet. I mean, I don't think I'll be playing Frontier super regularly. Ooh, and a Shrapnel Blast? Good lord. Well, let's play our island. Let's do some attacking. Get another card with Bomat Courier. Well, I feel like we just have this, because even if Mrs Mulligan has a Wrath, this Shrapnel Blast should take care of it. Sahili Twin does have a chance, I think, to see play in Frontier. Uh-oh. Utter End. I think this does it anyway. Shrapnel Blast, and that should be Xaxes. The aggro versus control match coming out in our favor. And that didn't even feel like an insanely fast start for our deck. I mean, it was fast, but it wasn't ridiculously fast. So against control, what do we want? Padim is interesting. Metallic Rebukes are interesting. Hope of Gurapurs are interesting. Those are the cards I'm most excited about. Why not in Souls? Trying out Tezzeret's Touch. That's the main reason. Probably should have in Soul artifacts. Actually, as I was building the deck, I think I intended to have in Soul artifact, and I put in Tezzeret's Touches, and was like, oh, I got enough cards, so I figured it was good, but I think I intended to have them, but forgot to put them in and put in Tezzeret's Touch and not any in Soul artifacts. Yeah, we can go down Ornithopter. I mean, it's good when it becomes a 5/5 early, but it's probably not that necessary. Unlicensed Disintegration might not be very good either. Hangerbacks seem good. Our card draw is good. Our counters for 1 mana seem pretty good. Good old 1 mana leak and Metallic Rebuke. And Padim is kind of speculative, but it could be good. What are we going down, though? We got to go down 1 more card. Copter's good. Hangerback's good. Scrounger's very good. Courier's necessary, I think, for our Copters. I guess we could go down 1 Thopter Engineer, maybe. Something like this. All right, let's try it like that. That seems like a reasonable setup. We're not cutting card draw. No, no, no. Haven't you ever watched me play Magic before? I'd rather draw cards than win the game. There's in souls, you just can't see them. They're invisible. It's a moto bug. They're really there. Trust me. We probably won't draw any, though. But that's just variants. It's not that I forgot to put them in the deck. Promise. Alright. On to game 2. Well, what does it say? What does it say about this? What does it say about this deck if we we forget the namesake card of the deck and Soul Aggro, forget to put in the Soul artifacts and it's still good. Oh. Alright, this hand's fine. We got... Yeah, this hand's good. That's good. We'll take it. Alright. Yeah, we'll keep. Shambling Vent for our opponent. Ooh, there's our Insoul, sort of. Yeah, let's just swamp and get in with a Bombat Courier. And what do we get? Opponent's down to 19. And pass the turn. And a swamp. Ooh, Gifted Etherborn. That's kind of obnoxious. Spire Bluff's good, though. Well, let's just attack into this thing. Ghost Fireblade. Equip it up. Get in for 3. If our opponent wants to trade, that's fine. Trading our 1/1 for Gifted Etherborn doesn't sound that bad. Yep, alright. Courier down. There's a Sunken Hollow for our opponent. All the Gifted Etherborns in the world. Okay. That card is pretty good against us. So I want to get blue mana here in case we hit a Reverse Engineer. But I also want to leave up this Metallic Rebuke. Alright, let's just play Scrounger. And pass the turn. I think we got to get blue mana here. I think in the long game, it's more important for us to be able to draw with Reverse Engineer than it is to, like, play a hanger back there or something and have our mana be awkward. We don't have that many lands in this deck. Yes. Tezzeret's Touch goes on anything. Oh, can you equip an Ensoul artifact equipment? I don't remember, actually. Another land for our opponent. Are we going to get punished for not leaving up a counter spell? That's the big question. Not yet. That's good. So, crack Bloodstained Mire. Get our other blue source. So now our mana's pretty safe. Now we can play Hangerback X1. We want to get this down first so we could, if we need to, Metallic Rebuke. Now we can attack with Scrap Heap, still leave up Metallic Rebuke. Metallic Rebuke is a really good Magic card. Yeah, we are not going to fight that, though. Metallic Rebuke is so strong. We literally have a 1 mana leak right now, which is pretty good. Really one of the better counter spells that they've printed in a long time. This is we're doing a battle, essentially. We're playing best of 5 matches. This is match 2. We're currently up a match. Narset, yes. So this is a good time for a 1 mana leak. So good, so powerful. FTG Goldfish Richard, 3 months in a row. Who's that guy? Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. We already got Mana Drain. Confirmed suspicions with the help of clue tokens and inspiring statuary. Pretty much Mana Drain in standard. Opponent gets in, down to 17. Ah, there it is. Haha! The secret card of our deck. Reverse Engineer. So good. Drawing 3 for 3 mana. All lands, unfortunately. Well, we got our combo, though. So, Darksteel Citadel, go. I guess we might as well equip this up for whatever reason. Pass the turn. Yeah, Momir's a harsh mistress. You never know what you'll lose when you go on a Momir bender. Another Bombat Courier. I don't really want to get our stuff countered. We can't really attack with this. Well, let's just play another Hangerback X1. Play an island, and we're just going to start pumping up Hangerbacks, I think. You can post magic related links. Yes, if they're safe magic links, then they're fine. Did I missed a sub? I never miss subs. It was Richard, right? I didn't miss Richard's sub. Dig through time. Okay. Yeah, we can't really do anything about that. The good news is these Hangerback Walkers should be good. Unless our opponent can find exile-based removal, we should be in good shape. Problem is our opponent's at 23 life, and this game has gone pretty long. And I'm assuming they gotta have a better late game than us. These gifted Etherborns have been very impressive. Just shutting down our offense hardcore. Dig through times everywhere. They do have Utter End, that's true. Eventually we will Tezzeret's Touch the Darksteel. I didn't really want to just slam it into a ton of open mana. Especially when we can pump up Hangerback and get back Scrap Heap Scrounger. Like, that seems like a reasonable turn. To just get another counter in case there's a Wrath, get back a Scrap Heap Scrounger, and then maybe next turn our opponent will be tapped down and we can sneak in Tezzeret's Touch. And Yule Marie, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Alright, pump up the Hangerback. Still dies, but we get a couple Thopters. Could have sacked it, but I don't think it's really worth it there. 2 Shrapnel Blast, I mean. Well, what's our opponent have? A taste of our own medicine. Torrential Gear Hulk getting back dig through time, I assume. If you flashback Fatal Push when you have a dig through time, that would just feel so bad. Well, welcome, Annual Marie. Yep. Torrential Gear Hulk dig through time, pretty good. Pretty good. And our aggro start has just not been that aggro. We don't really have... Maybe we shouldn't have taken out all the unlicensed disintegrations. They actually seem good if our opponent's sideboard plan is Gifted Aetherborn, which is just locking down a lot of our deck. Bloodghast is the card you're looking for. Strange something. Opponent's gonna get in. Alright, we'll take it. We might as well get back our Scrap Heap Scrounger. And we do have a window to ensoul our Darksteel Citadel. Assuming we don't draw anything better to do. Ooh, another Shrapnel Blast. Alright, so play the Mountain. Tezzeret's Touch. B Journey 1988, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. This should be a pretty good threat. Ghostfire Blade, get in for 7. 8, 9. Yeah, attack for 9. You can play Frontier on Magic Online in the freeform room, but you probably need someone to play against. It's hard to play just against random people. So we get in for 9. This is... the double Shrapnel Blast is likely how we can steal this game. Like, if we're going to steal the game, double Shrapnel Blast is a pretty good possible way. So, Falcons or Patriots? Me and Richard answer that question tonight, actually, in a new episode of This or That Magic. So, if you want to know who's going to win the Super Bowl, that's the way to do it. Check out the new episode of This or That Magic. Special guest Richard. He's supporting one team, I'm supporting the other, and we let Magic figure out who's going to win. Seems like a good way of doing it. Glimmer of Genius, yup. And a... oh, shield's down! Does this mean we can win somehow is the big question. I think the answer is maybe. These double blasts, that's 10 damage. That might be able to do it. Actually, Richard did the Patriots deck, and it is awesome. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but it is one of my all-time favorite This or That decks. He did such a good job on it. Okay, sure. We'll take it. I think this does it then. So, counter up our hanger back. Man, Shrapnel Blast, real Magic card. Play a Bombat Courier. Swing with the crew. Oh, we don't even need to. And Shrapnel Blast. Whoo! Alright. Okay. Send a message. Sorry. Sorry, Mrs. Mulligan. Sorry. Oh, I had to send a message. The opportunity was too ripe. Oh.
Oh goodness, that was so brutal.
Oh, sorry about that, about killing the Liliana. I just couldn't resist. The opportunity presented itself. I had to Shrapnel Blast.
Oh, it's totally fine. I didn't realize that's what you had done with the first one. I was like, why am I not dead? And then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like playing against Affinity.
It is like Affinity and Frontier, pretty much. The deck is very aggressive, and it was surprisingly resilient with Scrap Heap Scroungers to kind of cancel out your removal, hanger back, so I was impressed with it.
That was really powerful. But I got to flashback my deck 2 times for free off of your Hulk now, so we've both done it.
Yeah, did it feel as good as you thought it would?
It did.
Yeah, it's really it's pretty awesome. So, was your deck... What was your finisher? The Planeswalkers and Gear Hulk? Was that the main finisher?
Yep. It's supposed to just answer everything you do, and I couldn't.
Yeah, it seemed like my deck was just aggressive enough that I was able to get in underneath. I feel like if you could have maybe like gotten a Wrath down or killed a little bit more of my stuff, you would have gotten a position where none of my little artifacts would have mattered anymore, and you would have just had firm control. Right. But didn't quite get there this time. So
I did not get there this time.
It was a fun game though. I guess from my perspective, since I won. But
I imagine it would have been very fun playing your deck against my deck.
Once I saw that you were playing,
or if I'd gotten more removal.
Yeah, once I saw that you were on the control deck, I figured it was probably a decent matchup for me, just because that deck is got to be one of the faster aggro decks in Frontier, I think.
Yeah. Well, chat picked my control deck for me, so it's their fault that I lost.
Well, you still kind of won though, because you did get to flashback the dig through time, so that's like half a win right there.
It is like half a win.
Oh, so do you want to do match 3?
Sure, and then even if you kick my butt again, we can play more if you still want to.
Yeah, I'm down for doing another match. Maybe switch up the matchups a little bit, where we battle things we've already played, but not the same exact matchups.
Sounds good.
All right, sweet. Well, I'm going to do a quick deck tech for this,
deck
and I will
three.
Send you a challenge in a second.
Sounds great.
All right, so let's see. Moving on to match number 3. Our last deck is the deck I'm probably most excited about. This is probably my worst deck. I don't know. But it's a deck I'm most excited to play. One of my all-time favorite cards. It's finally happening in Frontier. Sphinx's Tutelage. If you follow my videos and stuff, you know we played this card about 1,000,000 times in Standard. And it rotated, but now we get another home for it. It's not quite there in Modern. Like, you can kind of make it work. I need to update the deck in Nightbot still, so the list is still the last one. I can stick that in there for you. But the basic idea of this deck is we get down a Sphinx's Tutelage. Then we draw a whole bunch of cards and mill our opponent out. And the nice thing about Frontier is, much like in Standard, or much like in Standard, there's no Eldrazi or anything, so you don't got to worry about anything shuffling back in. So that's the basic game plan, is just draw cards, draw cards, draw cards. We can kind of wheel our hand with Collective Defiance and Chandra to draw more, Treasure Cruises to draw 3, Magmatic Insights. It's just like card draw combo with Tutelage. So I'm really excited to see if this works. I have no idea if it actually will work, but I think it's worth giving a shot at least. So match 3, I don't know what Mrs. Mulligan is on, but we are playing some Grixis Tutelage. So send the challenge. Moto looking like it's about to die. Does not like all these limited decks, apparently. Alright, Grixis, tutelage. There we go. Switch around the overlay here. And, alright, on to Grixis tutelage. Tutelage is pretty powerful. This hand, though, man, if we had, like, one more land for Cathartic Reunion, I would be all about this hand. This is our third match, actually. In Soul vs. Sneak, that does sound like a good matchup. Alright, we gotta mulligan this one. We have so many lands in this deck, too. Okay, lightning strikes and flooded strands. Should be fun. We'll keep Bloodstained Mire, I think is fine. There's a forest for our opponent, and Oath of Nissa finds a Canopy Vista. Well, let's play a Bloodstained Mire Pestered. Yep, Flooded Strand not getting red in this deck. I am not sure what Mrs. Mulligan's doing, actually. Could be, I think she said she had a mid-range deck. Oh, maybe it's green-white tokens. Could be. We might know from what this Oath of Nissa finds. Could be Super Friends, that's a possibility as well. Do I ever use the Stuffy Doll deck? We played it, alright. Yep, there's a Nissa. We played it on Against the Odds at one point, but I haven't played it much since then. Would it be possible to turn on Mrs. Mulligan's audio so you guys can converse as you play, or are we not doing that today? We talked about it beforehand and figured that it would be better to do it this way so we could kind of describe our plays in a way where we describe our plays to the chat and so forth. So that's why we decided to do it this way. Oh, this is our turn. I meant to crack that land at the end of our opponent's turn, but I guess that's fine. Cathartic Reunion would be better if we find a tutelage anyway. I've built around most of the janky cards, but I'm sure there's more. There's got to be more out there that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, that was a punt. Just one click too many. Here comes Nissa, I assume. And we can't just kill Nissa. Yep, there's Nissa. Takes it up. Well, crack our Flooded Strand. Get probably a duel. Yeah, let's grab Sunken Hollow. Another land. Okay, let's Cathartic Reunion, discard Flooded Strand and Lightning Strike. We just want to find a tutelage if we can. Oy, that is many Cathartic Reunions. Well, play Polluted Delta, pass the turn. Yikes! What's up, 595024113? Against the Odds, Black Lotus? Oh, maybe. Yeah, we're not doing much yet, but if we ever find a tutelage, things are gonna start happening. Hopefully our opponent does not have Gideon. Gideon would be pretty good against us. I guess we could Lightning Strike Collective Defiance or something to kill it. There's another plant token. We do have Radiant Flames in this deck. Okay, correct Polluted Delta. Grab a something. I guess Smoldering Marsh. Punished. Punished. Well, 1, 2. Cathartic Reunion. Discard Lightning Strike and Collective Defiance. Just keep drawing. There's an island. And let's dig. I think dig is best. We can dig for a tutelage, then tutelage plus Cathartic Reunion. That seems pretty good. I sent you a blue-black improvised control list. I was wondering if I had gotten a chance to check it out yet. No, I don't think so. I think I saw it, but I haven't actually gotten a chance to respond to it yet. Well, welcome from the U.S., Corn. How are you? The deck draws and then mills the opponent out with Sphinx's Tutelage. A Ghost of Worth card would be pretty sweet. Alright, opponent gets in for 2. We discarded our Lightning Strike, which could have killed this Nissa, but oh well. We're gonna get the mill win at some point here. Hopefully we find a tutelage off this dig, or else I'm gonna be disappointed. So dig through time. Come on, tutelage. This is our one dig in this deck, too. We don't have that many digs. There's a tutelage, and I guess we go Magmatic Insight? Chandra is pretty good, too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we can take Chandra. Alright, tutelage and Chandra. That sounds reasonable. Now the fun starts, and we get a Magmatic Insight anyway. So play the land, play tutelage, play Cathartic Reunion, discarding Oath of Jace and Jace. Get some tutelage triggers. Oh, is this Dromoka's command? Ah, no! Oh, the worst of matchups. Alright, well, that's fine. That's actually not that bad, because we still have a Chandra that we can play next turn. And we found another tutelage and a treasure cruise, so unless our opponent just has a million Dromoka's commands, we're probably alright. Ooh, Monastery Mentor, sure. Takes down Nissa, okay. Well, this Chandra is going to be pretty good. Pretty good. Down to 10. Yeah, Dromoka's command was super good there. Well, Bloodstained Mire, we got to clear the board first. Crack Bloodstained Mire. And then we have Chandra for drawing too. We will grab a mountain. Play Chandra, the Flamecaller. And take it down. Get rid of everything. And we get a Chandra, which can get us a bunch of tutelage triggers. Next turn, we... Oh, what? That thing's 4 power? Oh, the Dromoka's command trigger. All right, there we go. I beat you to it. I beat you to it. Well, I guess we were going to lose our Chandra either way. But I should have, I guess I should have just minused it all the way. Maybe they won't attack Chandra. That's possible. We still might just win next turn. Not impossible that we mill our opponent out, depending on what we draw. Makes a plant. Another Dramoka's command is super bad. We can't really do anything about another Dramoka's command. Yep, there goes Chandra. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Play Sphinx's tutelage. Magmatic Insight, discard Bloodstain Mire. Come on, no Dramoka's command. Oh, again! Oh, no. Why does that keep happening to us? Polluted Delta. Well, I guess we got a Treasure Cruise. Well, I guess we'd sack this. 3, so 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it doesn't kill us, even with the Dramoka's command. We're dead to a Gideon no matter what, I think, so get a Sunken Hollow. Might as well Treasure Cruise. Exiling a bunch of lands. Oh, this seems like one of our worst matchups. Main deck Dramoka's command. Very, very good against what we're trying to do. Okay. Not great. Well, pass the turn. We do get to sort of clear the board, but if a Gideon comes down, we're pretty much just dead. Alright. See what our opponent has. There's a land. I think we're literally dead to Gideon. Alright. Makes a plant. A Johnny? Pumps up the team. So we're taking 6. Well, this does buy us 2 turns to do something. We need like another Treasure Cruise, Lightning Strike. Well, Cathartic Reunion, discard our 2 lands. See what we find. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crux of Fate, all non-dragon creatures. And pass the turn. Makes a plant. We might still be in this game-ish, sort of. Could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We're at 2, though. We really need a Treasure Cruise to speed this up. We have 3 more Treasure Cruises in our deck. I think it's likely that eventually Wizards will support something that is Frontier or similar to Frontier in a similar space. But when that happens, could definitely be years in the future. Alright. Oh, does that give it haste? First strike, vigilance, and lifelink. Okay. No haste. Staying alive. Polluted Delta. Okay, so Polluted Delta, crack Polluted Delta, go to 1. Get an island. Lightning Strike the plant. And then Chandra away the Nissa? Well, this is not how we were planning on winning, but it might work. We're not dead yet. That's an important thing. So get in at Nissa, the one that can actually make creatures. And pass the turn. Whoo, okay. We are staying alive, just barely. Nothing with haste, please. Another Nissa. Not with haste. Cracks the Windswept Heath. Are we really gonna win without Sphinx's tutelage? Just Chandra? Is that good enough to actually win us the game? Makes a plant token. Makes a counter on the plant token. And Elvish Mystic. That's a Treasure Cruise. Well, let's Treasure Cruise. One mana, draw 3. Pretty good. And then Radiant Flames away the board. We might actually have this. Play a Jace. Elementals, get in at Nissa. We still have 2 tutelages left as well that could let us... We could still get the mill kill if we can find a tutelage. I guess we can flip Jace and flashback a dig through time next turn to find a tutelage or 2. We only have 70 cards left in our deck, which is important to realize. So pass the turn. Yeah, Avacyn would get us. Mono Nissa, .hand. Oh, if we find a land, we can start chaining Magmatic Insights, maybe with a tutelage. Yep, pumps up the plant. There goes our Jace. Well, there goes our chance to find a tutelage. But I guess we could just draw one off this clue. Another Jace. There's a tutelage. No land, though. All right, how can we win this with milling? Chris Felior, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So what are we doing here? 1, 2, 3 tutelage, 6 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triggers if we zero Chandra. We have 2 treasure cruises left that we'll draw into. Most likely, that's 5 triggers, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 triggers. Each is milling at least 2. Not guaranteed, although we should get some doubles. Our opponent likely has a lot of lands in their deck, though, because they haven't been playing them. I guess we can tutelage Defiance and then Chandra. That makes sense. So let's play tutelage. I mean, we're going to go for the mill kill. We could probably keep beating down with Chandra, but let's see if we can do this. So, Collective Defiance. 2 modes. We're going to... Actually, maybe we just go 3 modes. Then we can't cruise, though. Let's go 1 mode. Let's just really try to get the combo kill. Oh, but we should kill the plant. The plant will kill us if we don't kill it. I guess 1 treasure cruise is fine. Okay, so... 4 damage to a creature and... wheel our hand. Who should I email Commander Clash commissions? I sent a loss to you because I think playtype, but not sure if it's the official place to submit. Yeah, or the YouTube comments or whatever, but that works. So let's see how much milling we do. You can email it to me, though. 33 cards. So now we treasure cruise. Can we really get the mill kill here is the question. Treasure cruise. 25 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six triggers. That's probably not enough. Yeah, I think we gotta wait 1 more turn. So we'll just kill Nissa. Because next turn we can play another tutelage. We're gonna hold our lands now too, so just pass the turn. Yeah, next turn we can play a second tutelage, and that should pretty much guarantee that we get there. Seeker of the Way. Pumps him up. And passes. We draw, we mill. Play a tutelage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so... Man, if they have another... Oh, no cards in hand, alright. So, wheel away our hand. And that should give us a lethal amount of triggers. Oh, wow, we got there. 0 cards in our deck. 0 cards. We got there. We're good. We're good. Not a punt. 0 cards for our opponent's deck, too. Unfortunately for our opponent, they have to draw first, and we got him. Exactsies. Yes. Oh, we got there. We got there. Just like we planned. Oh, future IDK, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Hey, Jake, what's going on? Welcome. So tokens we are up against. Probably just want like Languish. Ooh, we have a Virulent Plague. I didn't even know that was in my sideboard. Sweet. We randomly have the Hoser. We will take it. I forgot that was in there. Go down. What? We need our draw stuff. Probably just some targeted removal, I think. Like Roast is not super exciting. And maybe a Lightning Strike and just try it like that. Yeah, let's try it like that. Ooh. Ooh, that's a lot of tutelages. And a J's. we'll keep this. Yeah, we're playing against Mrs Mulligan. I do know that. We set this up intentionally to play Frontier. There's a forest. And an elvish mystic. Now, Sunken Hollow, goo. Yeah, this hand is good at milling. Alright, tap land for our opponent. And gets in 4-1. Well, mountain, and let's just play a Jace. Pass the turn. No Panharmonicon Rhinos today. That wasn't one of the decks I made. Alright, pass the turn, see what our opponent has. Yeah, this hand seems pretty good. Unless our opponent has some hoser we don't know about, but never stop to stare. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. I'm not playing Fatal Push. Maybe I should be, but I am not. There's Anissa. Yup. Well, we just start tooting. Bloodstained Mire. Well, let's Flooded Strand, crack Flooded Strand. Grab an island and tutelage number 1. And chip the turn. Alright, next time, Panharmonicon Rhinos. I'll remember that. And, alright, Nissa pumps up the dorks. Probably not going to block with Jace because of Dramoka's command, putting a counter on this token. That would kind of be a blowout here. I don't have a Panharmonicon deck for this format built. There goes Jace. Alright. And it's going to get our tutelage. Now, I think we discard a Cathartic Reunion for now. Do some milling. Start the process. Whoa! Garrick Apex Head Predator. Oh my goodness. That's big. I have not seen that Garrick in a while, but I guess it messes up the mill colors maybe. Gets in. 4-4. Polluted Delta. Well, I think here we just Bloodstained Mire, get a mountain. Next turn we can tutelage plus Cathartic Reunion, so hopefully our opponent doesn't have another Dramoka's command, and we can Collective Defiance, kill Nissa and the Elvish Mystic. Seems reasonable. Dramoka's command ruins this plan, but I guess getting rid of a Dramoka's command isn't bad either. Alright, redirect to Nissa. Oh, that worked out pretty well. And now next turn, we can try to get back on the tutelage train. We might actually wait 2 turns to get double tutelage down before Cathartic Reunion. We'll have to see. If we draw like a treasure cruise, that might change the plans a bit. Raise the alarm. Oh man, we could also draw into our 1 Virulent Plague. And I think that would just... Hey, what's up, Jay Zoller? Welcome. Good to see ya. I think that would be super awesome here. So we're taking 3. We could use a sweeper. Down to 11. Oh, come on, sweeper. It's an island. Well, I think we got to do it now. 1, 2, 3. Play tutelage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, waiting is so risky. Discarding tutelage is rough, though. I think we got to do it. We got to find a sweeper. So let's just do this. The Manazor's Wedge! Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So, mill our opponent. Not bad milling. We got one double hit, I think. Pass the turn. Dig through time is nice. That gives us a draw for, like, Radiant Flames or something. We don't... I guess Languish would be live, too. Radiant Flames, Languish... Uh-oh. Gideon, does this kill us? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? We're going to go to 1? Whoo! But it takes our fetch land offline if they take it down. Oh, okay, make a knight. All right, so our fetch land's live. So, wait, but there's a Gideon now. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ay. Yeah, Gideon's a problem. We draw a swamp, do some milling. Well, I think we just have to try to chain together mill. I don't even think we can dig through time. I think we just gotta redirect our mill to Gideon. Yeah, I wish. I think that's our only chance. So the problem is we could dig for a sweeper, but then we die to Gideon. I don't think there's a combination of cards we can dig into that stops Gideon and all the creatures. Maybe Virulent Plague and Jace to chump? Alright, let's go on the mill plan. Seems unlikely that we're going to get this. We're going to have to get super lucky, but you never know. We will discard our 2 lands. Get some triggers. Oh, that was bad. Opponent didn't get milled too much. Now we have to dig. This isn't going to work. So, Polluted Delta, crack Polluted Delta, get a blue source. I don't think we can do enough milling. We're going to try. So, get a Sunken Hollow, dig through time. We need Treasure Cruise and Magmatic Insight. All right, well, those are the 2 cards. I don't think this is going to give us enough triggers, but those were the 2 cards we needed to have any chance of getting lucky. So, Magmatic Insight, Pitch Flooded Strand, gets us a couple more triggers. Oh, we got to mill 26 with 3 triggers. That does not seem practical. If we had 2 tutelages. Well, alright. Close enough. Oh, we gave it a shot. Yeah, our 1 dig was not... I mean, it was good. It's like an extra treasure cruise. It was better than other things we could have had there, but not good enough. We could bring in Negates or Clash of Wills to fight the Planeswalkers. Maybe that's better. I mean, these lightning strikes aren't doing much. We can go down lightning strikes for negates. So 2 negates, Languish. Maybe we go down a Crux for a Clash of Wills. Maybe like this. I don't know about Dispel. Maybe Dispel? Fever Visions could work, but I think this is more of like an aggro mill deck. I think that if we were going to go Fevered Visions, we'd want to go on a more controlling plan. Maybe like a Turbo Fog plan. Now let's try it like that. We're just planning on our opponent not drawing Dromoka's command. Well, we got some tutelages. Could use a some card draw to fuel our graveyard to get this treasure cruise off early. Oh boy. Opponent's mulliganing to 5. Not ideal. So Bloodstained Mire go. Yeah, Dromoka's command is good against our deck. Forest and Oath of Nissa. This is Frontier, Brahm, so Lightning Bolt is not actually legal. Only cards from Magic 2015 through Ether Revolt are legal in the format right now. So let's Bloodstained Mire. Grab a Mountain? I think we got to get basic so we can play these BFC duels untapped. Now, let's play Swamp. Pass the turn. Still a ways away from Treasure Cruise. We need like a Cathartic Reunion or something. Magmatic Insight. Canopy Vista. And passes. Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. Get a Sunken Hollow and play our tutelage. So 2 cards in our graveyard. We really need Cathartic Reunion. I think that's the one. What's my favorite video game? Magic Online, of course. I think Frontier is probably dominated by Khan's block. That's probably a fair statement. Although, as more sets are added, that could always change. Yahani's expertise wouldn't help more than Languish because of the free play. That's an interesting question. So the free play is nice, but -4/-4 is actually relevant. I don't know. It might be more relevant than the free play. Huh. Another cruise. Alright, so I guess we play tutelage. 1, 2, 3. Well, next turn we can finally cruise. Even if we don't draw anything. Pass the turn. Or Marble Madness, maybe. Maybe Marble Madness. Marble Madness or Moto, one of those two. Oath of Nissa. Alright. Well, next turn should be a lot of milling if there's no Dromoka's command here. Do I play a lot of Magic when I'm not filming Goldfish content? Some. I mean, I film so much content that a lot of my Magic playing is content filming, but... Doodle Bomb! 3 months in a row! Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription! Big Scoops cheer for RE subscriber. Would I rather have oversimplified UI of Magic Tools or stick to the outdated current UI of MTGO? I would rather have Magic Online, personally. I might be an improved Magic Online would be great, but if those were my 2 options, Magic Online and Magic Duels, I would definitely pick Magic Online. Although the best option would be some sort of updated Magic Online, probably, with a better UI. Well, there goes one tutelage. Opponent gets in. Yep. Well, we still get 2 treasure crews, which is the most important thing. Get a Smoldering Marsh. Do some milling. Play Sunken Hollow. We're just gonna full mana cruise here. Hopefully hit some other card draw to fuel our next cruise. So do some drawing, get some mill triggers. Crux of Fate's not a bad one to have in our hand. It's going pretty well. And a Radiant Flames. There's Cathartic Reunion. That's what we're hoping for. So hopefully, alright, 1 Dromoka's Command milled. That's good. 1, 2, 3 Dromoka's commands down. Oh, and there are Archangel Avacyn's. Worth being aware of that. Can we get the kill next turn? Most likely not. If we draw a tutelage off the top, then maybe. Yes, I have played Marble Madness on NES. Ooh, that's a Gideon. Huh. Makes a 2/2. Pumps up the team. So we take 3. This is getting interesting. We still don't have an answer for Gideon, so we do need to try to mill out fairly quickly. Radiant Flames can help. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's a Chandra. Alright, so do some milling. So I think the plan here is start on Cathartic Reunion, pitching Crux of Fate, and Mountain. New subscriber, 8-Bit Unicorn, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. I think it will come out on Mac eventually, Magic Online. Alright, Pitch Crutch, and Radiant Flames. Do some milling. Opponent's down to 20 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we need to black, blue, red, Radiant Flames, X3, Wandering Fumarole, pass the turn. And then hopefully get the mill kill next turn if there's no Dromoka's command here. Alright, we're taking 6. Another Nissa, taking 7. Okay, interesting. Now we have a choice. Do we 1, 2, 3? Do we try to get the mill kill or do we just Chandra? Oh, Magmatic Insight makes it easier. Now we should be able to. Down to 17. So Magmatic Insight, pitch Smoldering Marsh, 2 triggers. Down to 13. Alright, we're going to take the risk. Treasure Cruise, exile everything. Oh, we really only just need to draw land for Magmatic Insight, and we should be able to win. There's lands. Down to 7. Oh! Magmatic Insight, pitching, and... this is awkward. Pitching a island. There we go. Another Magmatic Insight. Pitching Polluted Delta. And that should do it. Tutelage. And pass turn. Whoo! Wow! Tutelage beating down. Well, Mrs. Mulligan did some mulliganing. But we still managed to squeak out the win. So that was pretty sweet. Whoo! Yes! Alright, that was good. Well, we'll probably play another game just for fun because of the 3-0. So maybe play one of the other matches again. Good game, good game, good game.
Yes, good games. I was so close.
Oh, you were
That
the
first game was crazy.
yeah
One
that
life, no cards in either library win the game. Score.
yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was super close, and you were like a turd away from winning this game here as well. That one was really close too. So
Right.
how
The
did
board wipe was how you won that.
yeah, the board wipe was really key, and I think that's basically what gave my deck a shot. I think having Chandras and Radiant Flames and Crux of Fate. Otherwise, I would have just got run over. So the
Mm-hmm.
the green white token deck looked pretty sweet though. Gideon is very powerful in Frontier, just like Standard.
Yeah, I think my control deck was the weakest of my three.
I wonder though how much of that was the
Unless
matchup.
it might have been, yeah. I'm not really a control player generally. I was gonna like try out control, give it the old college try, but I also didn't enjoy it. But what do you say of playing your aggro deck and my aggro deck? So kind of a beat face matchup kind of thing.
Someone in my chat requested that, so I'm down if you
Oh,
want to.
did they?
Yeah, so if you want to do another match, do an aggro mirror, I'd be down with that.
That would be awesome. I would love to do that.
All right, let's do it. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so going back to Ensoul Artifact, pulling up the overlay. Aggro mirror. So I guess officially I won the 5-game match, but it's all for fun anyway. So let's do another one just for fun. Aggro versus aggro. Change up the deck list. Send a challenge to Mrs Mulligan. Moto looks like it's about to die every time I do that. Oh no. Alright, there's Ensoul aggro. And soulless Ensoul aggro. Oh, I don't know if we're favored in this one. I expect that we're gonna lose. We have a new subscriber. It is Edrack. Welcome to the Fishbowl and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Well, this hand is a little light on lands, so I think we should mulligan it. This is kind of better. It's actually pretty awkward. Alright, Bloodstained Mire actually helps. Bloodstained Mire means we will be able to have double blue for Reverse Engineer. Still a little clunky with the duels, but... So we can't crack this because we need Bloodstained Mire. And now all our lands are going to come into play tapped. Well, I guess we can get Island. We need double blue, though. Alright, pass the turn. Not the aggro start we're looking for. Nothing is banned in Frontier. There is nothing banned at all. Alright, Hangerback X1. New subscriber, Cold Shoulder, thanks for making the best Magic content. Well, thank you for subscribing. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So, grab a... Hopefully you have the right lands to get double blue out of this. Oh, God. Well, get an island... Get a... Yeah, this is awkward. Get a Sunken Hollow, then we have no red. I think it's still worth it, though. Play Darksteel Citadel. Play Ghost Fireblade. play a smuggler's copter that we can't crew up yet. Blizzard Dredge, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Well, the good news is we get to reverse engineer next turn and draw a bunch of cards. Bad news is this is probably a Rishkar. Ugh, Mana Gorger. Almost as bad. Gets in for one. Tezzeret's Touch. Well, we're still going to reverse engineer. Hopefully draw into some lands. Spire Bluff. Man, we are heavily coptered. Mick Roberts and Marco Max. Welcome you both to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Big scoops cheer for our new subscribers. And chip the turn. Vault Scourge is not legal in Frontier. Only M15 forward, and that was from New Phyrexia, I believe. Oh boy. Hardened Scales. That Mana Gorger getting big. Plays a land. Oh boy. Oh god. Yeah. Our draw was just super slow in this matchup. Super, super slow. So we're taking 10? I don't even know if there's anything we can do about this. This might just be game. Literal game. Spire Bluff, yeah. Alright. Well, that was a beatdown. That was a super beatdown. Okay. This is Frontier. Well, we can bring in Unlicensed Disintegration. That's probably good. Could bring in Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. I don't know if that's gonna... I mean, it's a land, so the opportunity cost is super low. Maybe it's worth it. Colgan's Command, I guess, hits some stuff. Herald of Anguish is big. Maybe that's good. Couldn't I have Ensouled plus blocked plus shrapnelled? 7, 8, 9. I think that the creature would have been so big that it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I think the Mana Gorger would have been big enough to survive that. So it was 7 power, and they had Hardened Scales, so we cast a spell, it goes to 9. They activate Nissa, it goes to 11. And maybe I'm missing something there. But maybe, I guess I could have played it out and saw what happened there. And I'll just go down to Ornithopter. Let's just do that. Yeah, Gorger is tramply and super annoying. Mana Gorger does have trample, yeah. Hey, we can draw cards, but we were missing artifacts, but that's okay. We're not getting very aggressive starts here. Well, we only got one Ornithopter this time. Just one. Yeah, it's Bloodstained Mire. Pass the turn. We just need cheap artifacts for this reverse engineer. And then we could be okay. Shrapnel Blast does kill something. Crack Bloodstained Mire. Grab a Sunken Hollow. Come on, artifact. Cheap artifact creature. Scrounger's not bad. That lets us suit up our Smuggler's Copter next turn and loot, and then it allows us to reverse engineer the following turn. Seems like that could work. What's our opponent have? There's an Elvish Mystic. Alright, so we get to Scrappy Scrounger. Fire up a Smuggler's Copter. Get in 4-3. Do some looting. Guess we'll just discard a land. Probably Pluto Delta. Play Bloodstained Mire. And pass the turn. Mrs Mulligan's playing a Hardened Scales, Winding Constrictor aggro deck. +1/+1 counter deck. We can't discard Reverse Engineer, that draws cards. There's a Nissa, makes a plant. I get to kill Nissa, so opponent gets in. We will crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a Smoldering Marsh. And just Thopter Engineer. Gets us a 1/1 Flying Haste. Then we can crew up Smuggler's Copter. Kill Nissa and send Scrap Heap at our opponent. Loot away something. Let's get rid of Shrapnel Blast. We're not discarding Reverse Engineer. I know it's probably correct, but I like drawing cards. What's up, Cat Caller? How goes it? Mystic had to send a message. Now, Castle Ornithopter. Next turn, we're going to start Reverse Engineering, and it's going to be pretty sweet. So many cards will be drawn. Trust me. Trust me, in the long run, it's going to pay off. Oh, it's a Mana Gorger. Well, now we can draw into removal for the Mana Gorger, and that'll be sweet. Hanger back X1. No Hardened Scales means this grows a lot slower. Bloodstained Mire. So, Bloodstained Mire, crack it. Grab a mountain. Reverse Engineer. Draw some cards. Pump up the Mana Gorger. And then Smuggler's Copter. Do some attacking. Do some looting. Get rid of Spire Bluff, since it comes into play tapped. Play the Courier. And pass turn. Do we win next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe? We might have lethal. Well, we didn't draw any removal that time. Yeah, Hydra's pretty sweet with the Snake and with Hardened Scales. Another land for our opponent. Absent Falconer. Falconer? Falconer? Something like that. Oh, Lantern Scout. That's so much life gain. Oh. Okay. That Mana Gorger's getting superly annoyingly big. Yeah, I guess we take it. We just really need a removal spell. Opponent gains a ton of life. Not a removal spell. All right, let's try this again. Come on, Reverse Engineer. Make me happy for keeping you in my hand instead of doing other things. Removal, please. Unlicensed Disintegration, one time. Hey, we got there. Get rid of that Mana Gorger. Oh, thank God. I didn't think it was going to happen. We are at 9, though. Are we still dead? I don't think we're just dead. And then we can attack with Scrap Heap. We couldn't win there. Our opponent had so much life. They gained a ton of life last turn. Alright. I think we had to kill Mana Gorger. We just died. Seth was just going to open some chests online since they lower in price. Opened a port. Nice! That is awesome. I've been trying to open a port for so long. It has not happened yet. Avatar of the Resolute. Oh, yeah, we will gladly block with Smuggler's Copter. Loot away a land. Alright, crew up Copter. Block this Falconer. Falconeer. Speaking of Falcons, don't miss the this or that magic tonight. So many polluted deltas. Alright, we'll get rid of one. We might just win now, maybe, I think. So we hit for 5, 6. And we don't win. So, Ghost Fireblade. Equip to Ornithopter. Smuggler's Copter off the Bonded Courier. Oh, you're right. Alright, we do win. Yeah, this thing gives haste, doesn't it? Good thing you all are here. I totally was not realizing that grants haste. Good call, good call. Thank you, chat. That was real chat lethal. Sometimes it's the opposite, but this was the real kind of chat lethal. Oh, that's what you were talking about. I see. Oh, reach on Avatar. Chat, you betrayed me. Chat. No. Now we lose, chat. Oh, I knew I wasn't stupid. Oh. Oh, no. You talked me into it. Oh, it's my fault. I'm the adult here. It's not your fault, chat. I take that back. Now we're probably dead, though. I think we're still good unless they top deck something. Yes, tonight's this or that is Super Bowl themed. All right, we were very unpunished. Whew. Okay, we got there. We got there. Thank you, chat. It worked out in the end. I take it all back. This hand, we got a reverse engineer, so it must be good. Actually, reverse engineer is not even good here, but the bonded courier into Ghost Fireblade into another one, that's not bad. Alright, let's, we'll keep it. Oh dear, there's Hardened Scales. Well, Swamp and the bonded courier. Start getting in. And pestered. Yes, I know it says Bombat. When it was first printed, though, I really read it as bonded courier, because that's like a real thing, so it made sense to me. But it's a made-up word instead. Now, polluted delta, crack it. Grab an island. Our only island. Oh, that polluted delta can't get anything? That's awkward. Ghost Fireblade. Equip up Ghost Fireblade. And get in for 3. Ghost Fireblade's pretty powerful. Alright, Winding Constrictor dies to removal. Bad card. Card is bad. Dies to Unlicensed Disintegration. Well, let's get in with the courier. Play Smoldering Marsh and Pestered. Our deck is a soulless and soul artifact aggro deck. How do you know what's under Bombat Courier? Why is the Ghost Fireblade in the middle of these cards? Just only Moto. just move that equipment down there a little bit. Stick it in the middle of the pile. That makes sense. Yes, I know. I was talking about the positioning of the Ghost Fireblade on the table, not paying attention to our opponent's plays. Another hanger back. Come on now, opponent. Gets in for 3. Alright. We got to get rid of this polluted delta, which we apparently can't fetch anything with. So get in with the copter. Loot. Get rid of polluted delta. Play Darksteel Citadel. Play Hangerback X2. And Pestered. Did I know there are 2 cards in MTG that deal with fate counters? What deals with fate counters? I can't think of them. What are the 2 cards that deal with fate counters? The blue card is Reverse Engineer. If we get another blue source, we just tap all our stuff and draw 3. But we're a blue source short at the moment. There's a Lantern Scout. Pumps up the dorks. I think I don't want to trade that. They attack with both. Alright, we're going to let that go. Take the big hit. Draw another hanger back. Play Bloodstained Mire. Crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a mountain. Play hanger back. X1. Crew up Smuggler's Copter. Go attacking. Loot with Copter. Alright, opponent, what's your plan? We will sack the Bonded Courier if need... Oh, will we? Yeah, I think we have to. Drawing 4 seems good. Oh, goodness, that was a bad draw 4. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Mono lands. Yikes! Okay, well, at least we can loot them away. Gives us a chance. If they can deal with hangerbacks, like Declaration and Stone on hangerback, that would be a blowout. Looking Ballista, X3 apparently. Pings a hangerback, okay. Pings our Bonded Courier. LOL, failed, WTF BBQ. Thanks so much for all the great work you guys do. Well, thank you for subbing 4 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Game's not over yet. Not 100% over. We're not in great shape, but it's not just over. Tax attacks. Well, we're going to eat a hangerback. Opponent gets a bunch of flyers. We could use a Shrapnel Blast. Shrapnel Blast would be awesome. Alright, we get Reverse Engineer. Do we find Shrapnel Blast? Oh, we don't. Well, play Scrap Heap Scrouger. Pestered. Yeah, we showed him with that improvising Darksteel. Oh, the situation is precarious. We needed to be able to sack our hanger back. There's a Nissa. Does that put us dead? Oh, yeah. Super dead. Good game. Good game. Oh, man. No shrapnel blast for us. Well, that was pretty close, all things considered. Good game.
Hello.
Hey, good
Good
game.
game. I finally got one.
You did. That was
It was so close too at the end.
yeah, the
I was
aggro.
not sure I was gonna win there.
Yeah, it was super close. Your lantern scout was really key. The life gain there was kind of swung the match in your favor. So
Yeah.
that was a fun match, though. The aggro mirror is pretty fun.
Yeah. And yeah, I enjoyed the aggro mirror. I'm glad both of our chats said that they wanted it.
Yeah,
They were probably playing both sides of the game.
they probably were bouncing back and forth.
So which of your decks did you like the most?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I really love Sphinx's tutelage, and I was really happy to see that it kind of functioned. I know your draws were a little bad, but it did actually work, and it worked in Frontier pretty well. So I was excited for that, but I still think that probably the Jeskai control list was the deck that most fits my playstyle, especially if I'm trying to be competitive. So flashing back the dig through times with Torrential Gearhulk was pretty awesome. What about you? Which one did you like of your decks?
Sneck for sure.
That deck was so sweet.
It was so good. I mean, I played Hardened Scales when it was in Standard. I probably would enjoy the Green Black Sneck deck in Standard now. And just being able to put 8 copies of that, or 8 Hardened Scales in my deck, is glorious.
I was really impressed with the power level of it. It goes from not having much going on to having a whole bunch of huge creatures really quickly.
Yeah, I remember once in Standard, it looked like I had basically nothing. And then I all of a sudden, like within 2 turns, I had a 27-28 flying plant token at their face. It was so good.
Yeah, and that's even more likely to happen with the 8 hardened scales now that you have Winding Constrictor
Yes.
too. So that's pretty sweet. So you play a lot of Modern. Is there any chance
I do.
we're gonna see you playing Winding Constrictor in Modern, or is that just a Frontier standard thing?
I'm not sure if it's good enough because it's going to die to all removal, like every single piece.
Yeah, Lightning Bolt is kind of the natural enemy, I guess, to Winding Constrictor and Path and
Right.
Abrupt Decay. So that does make sense.
And push is going to kill it, like everything.
Yeah.
But chat did ask if I would try running this in Modern, and I might do so. Because it's Modern legal, so we could be like YOLO and play a Frontier deck in Modern.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
I play in the free room most of the time, so I lose, and that's it. And there's nothing on the line. So it worked pretty well for me.
Yeah, so you might as well try it. I wonder if there's any sweet upgrades for the +1/+1 counter synergy if you have the whole Modern card pool instead of just Frontier.
Maybe. We were talking in chat while we were playing that last game. I don't know that the white splash is worth it. Because when I lost, I was a turn behind because my mana came in tapped, or, whatever. Falconer is great. Lantern Scout can get me out of tricky situations, but there might just be a better answer.
And I think just going, on the other hand, going to Modern, that might not be a concern because you're probably going to have untapped mana in B3 colors too
That's
if you want to.
true. That is very true.
So,
Hi
it's
there, Dirk
interesting.
Oliver. Hi there, Kebab Mersu. Hi there, McNeil Stash.
Yes,
And
thank you.
Cosplayer.
Thank you, Decked Out Cards, for the sub, and Muppet Pastors. Definitely appreciate it.
Yay.
So, well, this was a super fun stream, and I think people really liked it. The chat seemed to really be into it, because there's not much
Yeah.
Frontier going on, so I don't know, maybe sometime in the future, if we find some new sweet Frontier decks, we could do something like this again.
Absolutely. I would love to do that again.
because
I
it
had a
was.
lot of fun with this.
Me too. I was a little skeptical about Frontier when I heard about it, but now that I've actually played some matches with it, it's more fun than I thought it would be. I still don't think I like it as much as Modern, but it does have its own flavor. It feels different enough from everything else that I could imagine myself playing it again and having fun with it. So,
Yeah, it's the new version of Modern. Because when Modern was new, you were supposed to be able to upgrade your standard deck and then keep playing it when it rotated. And I think that's what Frontier's trying to do.
yeah, I think the problem is Modern was more like that, but Modern has just gotten so big that it's really hard to do that now. If you take your standard deck and try to
Absolutely.
upgrade it, you're looking at either spending a lot of money or just like literally not being able to do it. But with Frontier, since the card pool is small, you can actually do that again. So I think it does have its own niche, and I think especially for new-ish players, I can really see the appeal of Frontier. Like if you start in the last 2 or 3 years, Modern is pretty daunting to get into. Like if you've been playing for a decade, then you probably have a lot of those cards from when you were playing Standard 10 years ago. But if you're newish, Frontier is kind of like your version of Modern, and it is pretty fun.
Right. Well, and I started playing in M15. So Frontier is my history of Magic,
Oh, that's awesome. So it
which I
is
think is part of
exactly.
why I love it.
So, do you have like the nostalgia kind of when you see some of these cards? Like, oh, I remember like my first F and M's or my first like tournaments and stuff. I was playing with these same cards.
Yeah, just today, I was when I played a Johnny. It was the first time I ever played it, but I remember that was the first Planeswalker I ever saw.
That's
Was
really
that a Johnny
cool.
Vengeance or whatever it was that we were playing
I was I
on my
was
tokens list?
I was wondering because I haven't really seen that at JDC play, so it made me wonder if there was some reason for it other than it did work well with your strategy pumping up your tokens, but that makes a lot of sense. That's really neat.
So that's part of, yeah, Johnny Steadfast is part of why I wanted to play that card. I mean, it fit in the deck, but that was that was the first Planeswalker I ever encountered.
That's really cool that the format encompasses your entire history in Magic. That's really neat.
Yeah. That was just kind of a lucky land for me, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it just works out that way. So
Good
that's
timing.
yeah, definitely. So, all right, one more question for you. Is there
Mhm.
anything you haven't played in Frontier yet that you're still really excited about and want to test out?
I mean, there's a like 4-color Planeswalker deck that Carrick was talking about last night.
Ooh.
That he was so it's like not black, I think. And it was just all the good Planeswalkers. So all you had to do was survive to turn 4 or 5, and then your opponent couldn't do anything anymore.
Oh,
It was ridiculous.
that sounds really cool. I
Yeah,
know.
I'll have him message you whatever he was thinking of at some point.
Yeah, you should have him send me a message sometime. And it's really neat because Frontier is kind of unexplored. So I heard even just today in the chat people talking about different lists they're brewing, like tokens lists with Sram's expertise, stuff with Jeskai
Hmm.
ascendancy. So there's all this crazy stuff going on. When while I really love modern, that doesn't happen as much anymore. Like you kind of know what the meta looks
Right.
like. People know the
It's kind of been
decks.
solved, and
Yeah,
Frontier has nowhere close to been solved.
yeah, it's modern is kind of like legacy almost, where there are a ton of different viable decks, but you're seeing the same like 30 decks over and over again. So, but Frontier, you just never know. So that part of it's definitely really exciting, and I'm interested in that aspect of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I hope to kind of help it help encourage Frontier to take off a little bit.
So do you think that Wizards will in the not too distant future put it in Magic Online so it'll be easier to play on Magic Online?
I hope so. I don't know if they will or not, but I think it would be really nice if they did because a lot of people are getting really interested in Frontier. And making a new format on Magic Online, especially one that's like M15 forward, no ban list, can't be that hard. Someone can probably do it in a week of work, if not faster.
Yeah, even if they don't have
So,
leagues and tournaments with prizes and stuff, even if it was just
right.
supported in the casual rooms or tournament practice rooms where you could find a match in that format, I would even
Hmm.
be just pretty happy with that for the time being and let the other stuff come later if it has to. But it would be nice
Right.
to be able to just jump on Magic Online and find a match with someone in Frontier like you do with other formats when it's kind of challenging now.
Yeah. I also would love for them to sanction or whatever Penny Dreadful, but I don't think that one's ever going to happen.
I think the problem with Penny Dreadful is it's so cheap it's hard for them to make much money on it. Like Pauper, they kind of only halfway support. You don't have that much
It's
Pauper
true.
support because I think they want people to buy expensive cards, so they have to buy tickets. So I don't know if they'll ever get on board for Penny Dreadful, even though it does sound like a sweet format.
Hmm.
But, well, that was a lot of fun, so maybe we'll set up another time to do it again, or maybe we can battle Penny Dreadful sometime or something, because that's another format I've never played. Have you played that one?
Yeah, I wrote an article on it several months ago, and at that point, I got a Penny Dreadful deck and played mostly Penny Dreadful for about a week, and it was really fun. I had like a mono black vampires that was really solid, but it's not. I don't think it's legal anymore, which is sad face.
Oh, yeah, because it updates every time a set releases, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so, well, anyway, thanks for taking the time to do it. I'm glad we actually did it, so.
hmm And maybe next time we can do it during your normal time, since you moved up to my time this time. Prime
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, if you're down with doing a evening sometime, that would be sweet, and we can battle some more frontier decks or something. So,
Yeah, sounds like a blast.
uh,
You are on.
all right, sounds like a plan. Well, I will talk to you later then. Thanks again.
Okay, bye. Thanks.
Bye. Oh, all right, everyone. So that's Frontier. So what did you think? I mean, it was pretty interesting. It was a lot more fun than I guess I had imagined. I was a little skeptical. It does have its unique flavor. There is more to it than just being the greatest hits from standards past. Although at the same time, you did see a lot of that. In Soul Aggro is that. Jeskai Black is very much like the standard deck. So it's a weird mixture of new stuff going on, like the Hardened Scale Snake deck is pretty unique. Sphinx's Tutelage, those were standard decks, but they get enough new stuff that it feels different. So I don't know. It's an interesting format. I think it's fun. It's definitely something I would play again. Would it replace modern or standard for me? I'm not 100% sure at this point, but it was enough fun that I would consider brewing more decks with it and doing another battle stream again. Yeah, it was definitely awesome. Like, there is a cool nostalgia factor where I could play Sphinx's Tutelage again, which was like one of my favorite cards in standard. We did so many budget magics like that. So it's really cool to have a place to play that again because something like Tutelage is just not quite there with in modern. Like it's fringe. You can kind of make it work if you get janky with fogs and stuff, but it's a little bit slow. There's a little bit too many hate cards, a little bit too many abrupt decays and so forth. Emergles shuffling back in graveyards. So something like that is a really good example of a deck that it just can't really work right in modern, but it can work in frontier. So it does kind of have a unique flavor as far as that goes. I mean, the price thing is that it is what it is. If Frontier's popular, it's going to get more expensive. It's already a reasonable amount of money for some people, paying $500 for a deck. I don't know the exact prices of all my deck. I think the Ensoul Artifact one was pretty cheap, like 200 and something. The Jeskai Black deck, I think was the most expensive when I played, and I think that was closer to 600, maybe? Which is like you could buy a cheap modern deck for that price, 555, and Tutelage was up there as well because of the fetches and Jace. So I think that with Frontier, you got to play it because you really want to play the format more than because it's a price thing. because the price thing is not always going to be a benefit. But if you enjoy the interactive style of play, it's less combo-y than Modern is. There's still combos, but it's not as combo-y as Modern, where you got to worry about being dead on turn 3 or turn 4. Like, maybe you die to, like, a really fast aggro hand from Ensoul Artifact, but you're not going to see some turn 3 or turn 4 combo deck kill you very often in Frontier, at least at this point. I guess, like, Aetherworks Marvel maybe, but I don't know. So, if you enjoy the gameplay style, it's probably worth trying out. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. So I'm going to try to put these videos up on the YouTube channel at some point. So you'll be able to look back on them. Or if you were at work or at school and couldn't catch the whole stream, you'll be able to see them there as well. And yeah, Pro Tour coming up in a few hours. So make sure to be ready for that. I think it starts at 4 Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, and 1 a.m. Pacific. So time to go to bed. Get ready for Pro Tour. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everyone. It was a ton of fun. Don't forget to check out the YouTube This or That Super Bowl edition with special guest Richard coming out this evening. Also, the replay YouTube is where you can find all of the old streams. This stream will probably be on the replay YouTube and on the normal YouTube at some point, but normal YouTube might not be till next week. And, of course, thanks for all the subs today. Definitely appreciate the support. If you're looking for another way of checking out and supporting the site, make sure to check out the merch page. We got playmats and tokens and deck boxes and signed tokens and all that stuff. And, of course, a big thank you to Mrs Mulligan. Check out her Twitch, her articles, wherever they may be. It was awesome of her to hang out in Stream Frontier because you really need a second person to do it. So thank you to her as well. Anyway, thanks everyone. You were awesome. Have an awesome evening. Get ready for the Pro Tour tomorrow, and I will talk to you soon.